Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 10th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, 20th Anniversary Edition. I am joined by several of my players here. Adam will be in later. He forgot his character at home. We're going to go around the table and just introduce everyone.
I am Tyler, and I play Kyle. He's 18, a Philodox, and has found his purpose with the Garu. He is known as Guards Delo, Child of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I play Bee. She is 16, and a reluctant Garu Ragavash. In Garu society, she's known as Pillar of Questions of the Silent Striders.
I'm Sam. I play Cora. She is a Geta Fenris and an Arun, and she's 17 years old. In Garu society, she is known as Two-Hearts.
So, last time, you ended up dealing with that Endron fracking facility. Killing everyone inside, killing a bunch of Banes, and taking on several Black Spiral Dancers.
Yep.
Returning, the Shadow Lords of the Sept of Electric Peak have agreed to let you stay here for a while before you use their moon bridge so that they can teach you a rite. You are still on the Bond, and they have told you to wait for the night to rest, and then you will be escorted into the Sept proper. It is December the 30th, 2018, for time tracking purposes. So, the sun begins to rise, and Kyle, you are the first one to be awakened by the warming of the sun.
Perfect. I'll stretch, do all those wolfy things that you do in the morning, and I'll wake everyone else up.
Okay.
Come on, it's time. Up.
Oh, just get up easily.
Reluctantly, I get up.
Reluctant Garu is about the Garu part, not the up part.
I'm reluctant about everything Garu. Is there time to meditate?
There's a bit of time to meditate.
Okay, I'm totally not gonna go fall asleep for an hour in the woods. So I walk off to the woods to meditate to try and get some gnosis back.
Okay.
Oh, can I recover willpower for successfully killing all those things and coming back?
I'll say you get 1 willpower back, yes.
Perfect.
And Cora, what was your nature?
My nature is
It's on your page.
caregiver.
Oh.
Yeah. Caregiver, yeah.
You get a willpower back for the whole thing with Sig.
Sweet. What am I getting?
I get no gnosis.
It's because you were sleeping.
Yeah, instead of meditating, I just fall asleep again.
You hear a howl from the Sept proper as Raven's laughter begins to move across the Sept grounds to you.
At the howl, wake up and find them.
Raven's laughter appears. You notice a bit of the gray around his muzzle now, the first time.
He's in Lupine?
Yeah, he's in Lucas. Come. Time to meet the rest of the Sept.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll trot on along after him.
You trot on along as you notice Ben's the Knight seems very tired, as if he didn't sleep at all. As he gives a bit of a growl. You see a big, burly black wolf kind of glare at him and give a snap as he steps forward. Raven's laughter goes, "Howls of fear, warder of the Sept." The wolf comes up and gives a sniff. Aloud. Smell no worm on you. Just the musk of an ape.
Yeah.
I kind of give a little head bow. And try not to say anything snappy.
Raven's laughter looks about. Howls with lightning, likely on the peak, communing with the spirits. You can travel to the Umbra and speak with him there, or her there, for she is the right master and the caller of the wild, knows most about the spirits, but any Garu here can help. We all know, as you hear a bit of a snap, Howls with Fear goes, every Garu here knows moot right of open Karen and accomplishment. Too few have to make sure, after all. As he gives this death glare over to Benzonite, death of septmate, everything covered.
So, out of character, I assume that this is because Shame of Justice died.
Mm-hmm.
Was that specifically his responsibility? Like, because Benzonite's the worm foe?
You don't know.
Okay.
It seems like there's some sort of internal politics going on.
Of course,
That
there's
is for you to determine.
Wow. Okay.
If you so choose to
Why
dig
not?
into other Sept's politics.
What other purpose does a child of Gaia serve?
I mean, this is the political.
That's fair. I mean,
and I'm a Philodox too. Like,
you see a brown wolf with patches of dark fur along her back, moving about. Once again, a bit gray in the muzzle. Raven's laughter nudges you specifically. Stands like a cedar. She is the master of challengers. She is one of Sept elders, along with Howls of Fear, and she is the truth catcher.
stands like a
Cedar.
Cedar?
Mm-hmm.
Like cedar tree.
Oh god, I was just like someone who seeds. It's like preceding these torrents.
Stands like a cedar.
Truth catcher, elder.
Unmoving Night still sleeps. Spent time awake last night as guardian. Then Howls of Fear. Gives a howl. He is calling for someone called Song of the Mountain Wind.
There are more people here than I expected based on how small he made the Sept out to be.
That's everyone, though.
I guess that makes
Song of
sense.
The mountain wind.
And the only other one is Storms of Midnight, who you already know.
It's the Shaggy Wolf.
I guess we just didn't write down that many names for other Septs because we weren't there long or anything.
Yeah.
So, there should be 8 Karu here now.
Yeah, now.
So really that small?
Yeah. It's the whole Sept.
I mean, they did lose like 12% of their Sept last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I can understand being a little mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
So, Howls with Fear looks over at Bends the Night. Succeed? Yes, Warder. Good. You four will join. You were there when he died.
Very well.
And as he turns to Bends the Night, you were a fool to leave his body out. You are fortunate that the apes did not find it. They did not even know. Their dens were far from the place. They didn't know. So the fire could have spread. You think little. The body is back and it shall be buried. Wormfoe. For now, my way, you will not leave. You will not seek glory. You will stay Adrian. As he moves away, as you see Bends the Night pacing back and forth in frustration before moving away in a fit of embarrassment and rage, his tail almost tucked.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought we fought in the Umbra. No, we did fight in the real. Or physical.
We've never had to deal with dead bodies before.
We've usually
Well,
called in people to deal with dead bodies.
Well, more specifically, when Hamids die, they revert to their human form.
When Lupus died.
Krynos.
And when Lupus
Lupus
die,
die,
they
revert to
revert
Lupus.
to Wolf.
Yeah.
And
Metis
when
reverts
Metis
to-
die, they revert to their
Krynos.
Oh!
That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
But there is a rite that I was just reading about that it turns them... the last blessing. It changes them into their preferred form, human or wolf.
But he'd be a wolf with cloven feet.
Yeah.
It'd still be very suspicious, but way less, admittedly.
Yeah.
Than a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With just cloven feet. He has full claws.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Now, in his lupus form, is it his back feet?
It's both in his lupus
Both?
form.
Okay.
And his hispo. He loses his claw attack
Ah.
in hispo.
Oh,
In Krynos, he gets to keep it.
interesting.
I mean, I'm sure he was very useful for the Sept since they're so small, and that's why they had him going first because he has hooved feet. So it looks like wolves were stalking an animal instead of something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he was very useful for the secrecy of the Sept in that way. So that's
Well, it sounds like they're. I'm sure they're upset that he is gone,
Yeah,
but
it's a
it
big
sounds
loss
like
for
they're
them.
more upset about
The body.
the body
the
being
body
left.
and the fire.
Yeah.
Raven's laughter goes, "Settle in for a bit. You are allowed in the barn. If you go into the Umbra, respect the spirits. There are many. When the sun passes over to touch the top of the trees there from the horizon, we shall meet to do away with our fallen companion."
So during this time, we're probably learning the rites then.
You can ask around for someone to teach you. You would have to go into the Umbra to seek someone for rites, some rites beyond what was said, because they just said everyone knows these 3 rites.
Yeah.
Right.
But you'd have to ask other people for
Other rites.
other rites if they have them.
Okay, what were the 3 rites should they know, and what do those rites do?
Rite of Moot was one of
Rite
them.
of Moot.
Rite
Okay.
Rite of Moot. You'll have to ask. Your character doesn't know.
Moot rite, opened cairn, and glorious past, I think.
Rite of Accomplishment.
Accomplishment.
Excuse me.
Well,
All very important.
he pointed me towards stands like a cedar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pronounced Rhea? Is that how you say?
Rhea, yeah.
Rhea, okay. I don't know why, but I couldn't quite remember. Then I'll approach her. Stands like a cedar, Rhea.
You are the outsider, yes?
Yes, I am guards the low.
Whom does your tribe serve?
Gaia.
Y'all serve Gaia. But our tribe serves great-grandfather Thunder.
Oh, I am a child of Gaia.
Mm. So you are one of unicorns.
Yes. Out of character, I was just like, is this a trick?
I know the answer, I think.
Also, I need to put unicorn somewhere big on my character sheet because I always forget. Unicorn.
Mine's pretty easy to remember.
Right. Fighting.
Owls. Owls are cool.
But yes, I am a child of Gaia.
And if the gatekeeper speaks true, you come to learn rights from us, yes?
Yes, that is true.
Ah. Well, I can possibly aid in that. What sort of rights are you thinking of learning?
Well,
What moon? How has Luna blessed you?
I am a Philodox.
As myself.
Yes, I believe that... Oh shoot, was it Howls of Fear? Yeah, Howls of Fear that pointed me. Yeah, Howls of Fear pointed me in your direction for that reason, I believe. Currently, I know the rite of the Jackdaw and the rite of Ostracism, but I am not well versed in the rites overall. Those are the only 2 rites I know.
I see.
I firstly was thinking of learning the rite of the Moot, though obviously not just a Philodox, just something in general so I can be useful to all Garu everywhere. But if you had suggestions for more Philodox gifts that I should take.
I see. The rite of accomplishment may endear you to younger Garu than yourself, to acknowledge their renowns, to show that you believe in their accomplishments.
Can that right be used within the pack?
It can be, but is typically frowned upon.
Well, I will... Is that a out of character rank 1 or rank 2?
It is a second level right.
Okay. Do those levels exist then in the game? They're
It is. It would be a second step. A second step right.
Okay. That makes sense.
There are other rights that he may wish to seek. I also am familiar with the rite of Spirit Awakening, where you can give, instead of the item being just animated spirit stuff, its spirit is awakened in the Umbra and you can speak to it.
I don't fully understand.
So, most trees are not awake in the Umbra. If you use this right, that tree's spirit becomes awake and it speaks and is alive in the spirit world. Or one of the examples one of the other books gives is most planes don't give a strong enough spiritual impression in the Umbra to actually be in the Umbra.
Mm-hmm.
So if you tried to step sideways in a plane...
Right.
but if you awaken the spirit of the plane first...
Oh! Interesting.
It would be there.
Okay.
The only thing is you don't have spirit speak.
No, I do not.
So I think that kind of right would be great for either me or Adam.
The other right, of course.
It was like a scene from a cartoon in my room. Papers everywhere. Where is it? Are we recording now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, okay, sorry. Broke the fourth wall. Okay. But what has happened since my absence? We'll just pretend my character was staring at the sky.
So basically, we were invited into the Bond. Hells of Fear, the warder of the Sept, is super pissed off.
Warder and Elder, they have two elders for this.
Warder and Elder of the Sept is pissed off at Ben's the Knight because he left Shame of Justice's corpse behind. Which Shame of Justice is a metis, so when you die, you revert to your original form, and as a metis, his original form is Krynos.
Oh,
with cloven hooves,
right?
Full werewolf. So, Hells of Fear is super pissed about that.
Okay.
And Ben's the Knight is shaken.
Okay.
Not stirred, but shaken.
What a cheeky fellow.
And right now, Kyle is talking to...
Stands like a cedar.
About rights.
Okay. Specifically which ones? Just rights in general?
Scan close to the fourth.
That's right.
Specifically, right of... What was it? Accomplishment? And then right of the one that lets you talk to anything. Spirit Awakening?
Spirit Summoning.
Spirit Summoning?
Spiritual Awakening.
Spiritual
Awakening.
I think. And then she is Googling the third right that she knows now.
Oh, okay.
And finally, Rite of the Winter Winds. It is a seasonal rite to greet the coming sun and to bring about summer when the equinox happens.
Well, I will trust your judgment for what will...
You must trust in your own judgment.
No, that's not quite what I mean. I mean, I will trust in your judgment that the first rite you suggested will help me with the younger Garu. So I believe that is what I would like to learn.
Very well. I will teach you the rite of accord, or rite of accomplishment. But that will come after the funeral of our fallen companion.
Of course. Thank you very much.
The Master of Rites sits upon the peak, but you may wish to wait. Though, if you wish to seek her now, pass into the Umbra.
I'm gonna wait until she comes down.
So
I don't want to interrupt
I'm gonna pass into the Umbra.
her.
Okay. I need you to roll.
Doing.
I definitely would like to pass into the Umbra.
Alright, it is difficulty 4.
And I use my
Difficulty 5.
I use my Gnosis, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me double check. I think it's difficulty 4, but I'm going to do a quick roll or check.
Keegan.
4 or 5, I get 2.
Okay. It's an active Karen, so it is diff 4.
Do I exceed?
Yeah, it's equal or...
Oh,
up.
Success all 3.
Okay, you instantly shift.
Okay.
You take 30 seconds. As over the mountain you see a great storm cloud with wings flapping, and you hear a shriek of thunder and roaring as the face isn't visible, but you see a beak with teeth clap and clench. Talons without feet clawing and grappling above the great mountain.
This reminds me of my vision I had. I think it's something I must seek. I will switch into lupus form.
Okay.
And I will make my way towards the mountain.
Okay.
I'll wait for beak.
Okay.
B.
B.
B. Just
B.
the letter.
B.
B.
That's an awful lot. That's an awful lot of letters for one letter.
We call her B because that's what we call her.
It's easier.
Okay.
Easier.
I won't immediately go then. I'll just switch into lupus form and then wait for B.
Alright. You appear, you see the same thing as it's moving. With each flap you hear thunder and you see lightning shooting up and down from the great wings as each individual feather looks like clouds and lightning.
I am most comfortable in my Hamid form. I will go as Hamid.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess I'll just try to stay by her side. Pretty much.
As you start heading up, you see the great mountain going up, and you see a spirit of earth, somewhat human-shaped, with a blocky face and granite eyes, leaning forward as he seems to meld out of the mountain. You see a scar run up his leg, across his body, from his stomach, his chest, all the way to the peak of his head.
Does it look like lightning?
No. It looks like a winding scar. As he speaks,
We both understand.
"Who are you?" as his voice sounds like an avalanche in a rock slide.
I bow.
I bow as well in my lupus form.
And I say, pillar of questions.
I am known as Guides the Fallen.
You are new
Yes,
to
sir.
this
Yes, Reverend Spirit. We are Cleoth.
Haven't seen a Clea in 3 years. 3 long winters.
That is a very long time to see a Cleoth. But we are on a search for the Master of Rites. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
And I do not mean to sound insolent, Reverend Spirit, but is there any way that we could help you with that scar of yours?
Man made this scar. As he points to it, and they make more. As you see, actually, as he points out, you actually see little, smaller scars seeming to come off the main one. They made a path to the top so that all men could walk and my face would remain untouched. But those who do not respect, as he speaks, the whole ground kind of shakes and leaps, the mountain, make their own paths, deface it, and create new ones, like game trails for animals that do not even have the dignity to live here.
Great Spirit, that is dire news.
Perhaps you can aid me. Pacts here are going to help soon, but they speak of subtlety, but man makes stone move, and it burns me.
My pack is a pack of action, Great Spirit. What would you have us do?
Pass to the physical world. Scare off those who would walk off the path.
Mm-hmm.
Cover the paths and remeld it with the earth so that others do not make the mistake blindly. And I know which ones truly disrespect the mountain.
It shall be done, Reverend Spirit.
Good. Scare them. Let earth fall on those who are the greatest offenders. Let them know to fear and respect the hills, and that the only reason they are safe is the path carved by their infernal weaver fangs.
We will do what we can, Spirit.
If you seek howls with lightning, she stands and communes with great Thunderbird up above as you hear the shriek, and it looks like eyes of lightning look at you, and you feel the intense dislike as with a flap you see some of the feathers fall, and they form into smaller spirits of lightning and storm and wind.
Well, we have been given a mission by a spirit, pretty much, and as is the way of my class, I guess the Thurge.
Your auspice.
My auspice. I must accept such a quest myself.
Okay.
You may join me in my quest. You may not, and we may continue up the mountain. But no, I must do this.
It doesn't... If we do it right now, without telling anyone in the set, we could get in trouble.
That's a good point. But that very scary-looking lightning raven doesn't seem to want us up there.
We're Hamid-born. I kind of think that maybe some of the more extreme elemental spirits may not like us as much.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
But,
Perhaps this is something we can do after we speak with House with Lightning.
right. I think I'm not going to speak with her right away. I'm just going to meditate.
I can.
No, like a commune with spirits thing.
Forever we're going to wonder if you're falling asleep.
Just, the stuff that I do on occasion where I run away and I'm like, I'm just going to sit in the forest and meditate.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sit in the forest and meditate and let the spirits watch over me.
Well, if you pardon the pun, I believe I can maybe get two birds with one stone here. So, I will continue up the mountain, but I will do it in the physical realm. So I can...
She's in the Umbra.
Right, but I could perhaps complete this mission on my way to her.
You should probably talk to... Oh.
You are in hell.
Who said that?
I'm not here.
You should probably still tell someone, like Raven's Laughter.
Okay. That would be a good idea.
Because I'm all for scaring off some, assholes, but, I already got in trouble once at this set. I could do it again, but I don't think my pack would like that.
I would rather not make any mistakes. So...
That's
the
going to carry you
others
a long
said they
way.
would take time. Pack of action. As he looks between you. Oh. No. Are you of action? Or is he of action?
I give a lupine snicker.
Oh, no.
Let's go to the physical.
I do believe this is what the Hamids call being called out.
You're a Hamid too.
We're gonna get kicked out of a second set.
Oh, God.
It's good that you answer me and shrink from Thunderbird's taunts as it remerges with the mountain. You notice the scar starting to form into the man-made path that goes up the face of the mountain.
So, I am going to head away from that path and pull out my pocket mirror.
Okay. Are you going with?
I will go with.
She will
I
have
guess
to
you
show
have to go first.
You have to go first.
Yep.
Difficulty 4.
1 success.
Alright, takes 5 minutes.
After his 5 minutes. 3.
Instantaneous.
Okay.
As you are in the physical world, you see the wind, you feel the wind blowing against you. You see the path in the distance and a couple people, very few to be fair, but people going up. The more excited, I guess, naturalists or nature lovers moving up the path that is fairly well maintained.
Are they, like, off in the distance? We don't have to worry about them? They don't see us?
They don't see you yet, no.
Okay.
Because you moved away from the path.
Okay. So...
I knew better.
Yes.
I knew
Good
better.
idea. Good idea. Because I'm still in Lucas form.
Or you hear a howl in the distance from the western edge of the cairn. And you notice specifically Howls of Fear's ears perk up. And his demeanor seems different. You can do an intelligence empathy to pick up on it.
Empathy is 2. Yeah, I can. Difficulty 6?
Yep.
2.
He's relieved and happy. As he gives a howl back.
Does that mean that they found the body?
No, they found the body last
they
night.
did.
Why do you think Ben's the night looked so tired?
That makes sense. Something happening?
We have another visitor. I told him to enter. The gatekeeper be damned.
It seems like good news.
You see a jackal-like wolf running into the Sept. As he shifts up into his Hamid form, he is a slender, lithe African-American man as he gives a smile to Howls of Fear, as Howls of Fear instantaneously shifts to Hamid and gives an awkward hug while the once jackal-looking wolf gives him a big hug as he goes, "You're going native, my friend. Forgotten how to hug." As Howls of Fear, a fairly aged-looking man now that you see him, goes, "Most of my life's been with Lupus. Born. I like their ways. It's been some time, friend. And you're early. Out of season, even. What brings you back this way?" "News. News soon. I know that your mood is upon the new moon. And I wish to share, and I wished to see how things were. And your face looks grave, friend. What's happened?" "Shame of justice has fallen." "What? How?" "Went off with a pack. Fought, half-cocked. When Raven's laughter brought the information that they had seen Banes, and one claimed that he had seen signs of spirals, I preached caution, that no battle was necessary, for where there is one spiral, there is usually more. Packs. They are just the same as us in that regard. Ben's the Knight was a fool. Challenged me and was able to get in enough of a fight to where I agreed that he could take 2 with him. He proved himself an inefficient and disgraceful worm foe. We are low on Garu, and now we are one lower." I'm sorry, friend, as he gives him a pat on his back. Has he been laid to rest? Not yet. He was a good one who fought with us, and he will be placed in the graves of the Hollow Heroes. As he turns and looks at you, and his eyes just go cold like steel. He doesn't say anything. He just notices you're nearby. As the other one smiles. Well, Fear, come on. Don't be too rude. This is an ally of the Sept. Kevin Restless Wanderer.
Cora Two-Hearts.
Nice to meet you. Ragabosh Athro of the Silent Striders.
What rank is that?
Whoa.
Arun Cleoth of the Get Fenris.
You have Get here? As he goes, not part of the Sept, though that was part of our reluctance. Though she may as well have done the deed for them. We're one lower, and I don't doubt that they'll raid again.
Oof.
Feeling mad?
Maybe a little.
Roll rage.
Oh, we're
permanent,
incorporating the
huh?
rule today?
We are incorporating that bit, but this is just something that's always there.
Oh,
Because if you get mad,
Permanent, right?
permanent or temp, whichever is higher.
Yeah.
Let me figure out the moon phase. I think the difficulty is pretty low, though.
Great.
I'm thinking while we're in physical form.
No, not great. I need to fail it.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're doing
I need
their
to
thing.
fail.
I'll talk to you about it.
Well, the difficulty is probably high. If it's December 30th,
Okay, it's December.
then it is difficulty 7.
Oh, good.
'Cause it
Well,
is a
with the way
crescent-
I roll.
It is a crescent moon.
God damn it, you guys betray me. I've been betrayed!
How many successes did you get?
You need 4 successes.
4?
Would you like to spend a willpower to stop the frenzy?
I've been betrayed.
Oh, so this is a case where successes are bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've been betrayed by my dice.
Here's like...
Damn.
Remember, if you
idiots.
get 6, you cannot spend willpower to stop it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Good thing I only had 5.
Yeah.
Christ
That puts you
almighty.
in thrall of the worm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We've had to deal with that before.
Yeah.
Poor
One of
Tyler.
us is really difficult to deal with.
Oh, right. That's right. You were driven to thrall the worm for reasons unknown.
Yeah. Hard to remember who caused it.
Reasons unknown.
As he looks at you, you shift to Glabro without even thinking. As your body, you regain control with your willpower spent.
I am tired of being blamed for the idiocy of other Garu.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll have ample time to show your own idiocy to the rest of the Sept.
Oh,
I probably will.
Oh! And that was Howls of Fear?
Oh, yeah.
Telling her off? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, he is not. No. I'm.
Do you need a rubber band to tie up your hair?
No, I'm okay right now.
Just tie it up for some fisticuffs.
Oh, you did.
Perhaps next time they'll lose 3 Garu because they won't have us helping.
Bam.
I'm not
but
there.
you're
so
not even
You're
there.
not
God
Yeah.
there.
I mean,
Anyway,
that is a good
talking
point.
shit out of character.
That-
meanwhile, back at the mountain.
I feel we should relay what we're doing back to the Sept. I'm certain they'd be able to hear a howl from one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, but we're this close to the people that they would be able to hear.
Right, and our job is to get the people off the path.
no, off the. Not the
Side
main
paths.
path, off the side paths that
Like,
people have been
Unofficial. You know how there are unofficial paths in parks?
Okay, so I believe what we could do is find an unofficial path and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, again using this metaphor.
Yeah, do you know what could have happened, though? is that people could report a wolf sighting so close to the path that they have to send out park rangers to kill the wolves to keep the people safe.
And the earth spirit did say, crush those with earth that wander off the path.
Yeah, I'm not an earthbender.
The worst offenders.
Not an earthbender.
Okay.
Sadly, we don't get that superpower.
At this rank.
I relay
Tyler
to you.
gets that power.
I relay to you with
like a rank 3, I think.
Nice.
ear twitches and eye blinks. I'll head back a little bit further and I'll relay what we are going to do. Because if it's far enough away from the path, it may not frighten them to call in the park rangers. It'll just be, oh, there's a wolf out there. Humans are like chattel, so. Or, another suggestion, I could perhaps make a pact with the spirit so that he can go back and relay information to one of their summoners in thirges.
How about we just go back and talk about it and figure out what the Shadow Lords are doing, because they do things, but it's like politics and stuff.
Right, but pretty much a spirit came to us with no need for summon and gave us a quest.
Right.
That is very significant and relevant.
If our action... Look, so my pack kind of did this before, where we shut down a horrible, horrible rehab center. And then it pretty much killed a bill that was proposing, rehab centers to help drug addicts and people get clean.
Right.
And the one that we shut down was part of a larger chain, and because of that, we might be responsible for the death of more addicts. So, one little action to fix what's going on now.
Were any of these addicts Garu?
No.
I see no problem here.
Except it was a terrible torture place. Anyway, we acted.
Weak-minded humans.
We acted without giving thought to the long-term effects. And, we as a species have had a history of acting without considering the long-term effects. And right now I just want to be like, oh, now let me think about the long-term effects. That's what the Shadow Lords do.
Considering I do want to make a good name for myself, you are right. We should go back.
Yeah. And if we cannot help the Earth Spirit now, we can maybe later with a better plan.
Well, considering he addressed the both of us, it's either going to be both of us or one of us that's going to do it. I feel definitely we should go back, relay information, maybe gain some advice, but action is going to be needed because, to me, a spirit coming to me without any form of summoning and requesting me of an action is very significant to me. I feel it needs to get done as soon as possible in my mind.
Right, but how would you do it?
Let's go back.
Alright, we go back.
Evens, odds.
Oh god.
Odds. You feel a splat on your shoulder. As you look over, there's a goop of feces dripping as you see a hawk flying overhead, screeching, before moving off.
Yeah, I probably deserve that for some action I did in the past.
I give another lupine snicker.
As you start heading back, you see someone different here, talking. He's speaking with another Gari that you haven't seen before. You hear the name Song of the Mountain Wind.
Song of the Mountain Wind. Right, I recognize that name as...
Thematic clarification, have we gotten back to the Sept?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying you guys are seeing as you're coming back.
Okay.
As you see the sun starting to rise, it's almost touching the
peaks.
Yeah, the peak of the trees. As stands like a cedar shifts to lupus and gives a howl for everyone to come. As you see bends the night and storms of midnight taking their Hamid forms, or their Krynos forms, and picking up the body of Shame of Justice, holding him like he's still alive, one arm over the shoulder of the other, as his head is drooping.
Is there anything as a thurge I can do to help out, not necessarily in carrying the body, but perhaps in the ritual of the passing?
You could ask.
Okay. I'll switch to Krynos form.
Okay.
And I'll, who would be the, thurge?
The Master of Right.
Witches. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
They might be coming down the mountain now, though, because of the howl.
Okay.
We could wait here for her.
As you see them taking the bodies, the others start moving in a line, including Restless Wanderer.
I'll in Krynos form, I guess I'll hop in line as well, because my name is Guides the Fallen.
Yep. The others have shifted to Lupus, with the exception of the two carrying the body. They get to a pool of water that seems to be maintained by the Sept. It's a spring. As they look in, and they pass into the Umbra, taking the body with them. The next set arrive, and they look into the pool, and they pass through. The next set pass through. Kyle and Cora, you are the next set that get there.
Should we roll or?
Yes,
How much
you do.
damage do you have?
5.
Okay, you take it.
It's
please.
diff 4.
Oh yeah, you guys can do that.
3.
You instantaneously move. The next set go, and that seems to be Restless Wanderer and Howls of Fear. And then coming up the rear, as you see another wolf coming down from the mountain and is coming from the back. But you two are next.
I'll let her go ahead and I'll wait for the other wolf.
3.
You shift instantaneously. As the other wolf looks at you, she seems a bit confused and goes, "Why do you wait?"
I wait for you, shall we? Difficulty 4?
Yeah.
2 successes. Oh wow, that's a lot of notices.
Instantly goes through,
Okay.
leaving you behind. As once you pass through, she's several feet ahead.
Okay. I will switch to Lupus form to give myself a little catch up.
Okay.
Also, I also swapped to Lupus form.
Okay.
I'll, through communication
Definitely.
of twitches, ear twitches, and eye blinks and stares, I try to communicate. Pardon the insolence, but I am only Cleoth. Is there anything I could help in this ritual of passing?
The ritual was with those who knew them best. You will speak, and you will see, and you will learn. And if your wit is too slow to see what is required of you, then we will know your measure.
Can I roll wit? Because I got 4.
Not the point here.
Okay, my bad. Okay. I just heard a buzzword and I went, wait a second.
No, not in this case.
Okay, so I will just
So they get there.
silently observe.
They take the body as you see them cross the arms solemnly, and you see them push apart the snow, and you see the great spirit of lightning descend from the mountain and sits among the trees like a whirlwind storm. You see other spirits of lightning and crow spirits, especially, as you see one crow spirit that seems to be the one in charge of all of them, black as night, with stars under his wings, gazing down. You even see the spirit of the earth from before leaning from his mountain chasm and staring down, as well as a piece of, or sentient lightning shooting and crackling overhead, moving about. And finally, Songs of Midnight steps forward in his Krynos form.
There's storms.
Or Storms of Midnight.
Storms
Storms of Midnight, yeah.
I'm like, Songs of Midnight.
I got a
that's
lot of
new.
names down here too, so.
Storms of Midnight steps forward and takes a deep breath. He gives a howl, speaking, "Shame of Justice, Metis, Philodox, Endron, Shadow Lord. hunting storm. Gone, passed, away, ran with his pack, faced the worm, and was cast down, fought bravely, fought like a Garu, stands with the legends, and will be swept away, sits and howls. Let Grandfather Thunder see his worth. Let Grandfather Thunder know that he overcame the sin of birth. We decree his body, and let the spirits of the place feast upon his flesh, so only the bones remain to be laid to rest in the halls of heroes, so that he forever sits and watches and guards. I howl in honor of him, for he snarled and fought. He was brave. I knew Shame of Justice as one who was clever, one who was just, and one who clawed his way through the worm. You hear Raven's laughter give a howl. I knew Shame of Justice. He stood, he kept the land. He aided in challenges and sang at the moots. He rose to the occasion. He was truly a Shadow Lord. You hear Bends the Night. I fought with Shame of Justice, and he was brave, and he knew glory. And you notice that Bends the Night gives a glance over to Howls of Fear and a bit of a glare. He knew that Garu must sacrifice, and he knew that if we stand together, the Sept is always safe. Howls of Fear speaks. I knew Shame of Justice. He was a great and noble Garu, who always spoke the truth when needed, and he never spoke a lie, but he never spoke everything he knew to outsiders, so that the Sept was always safe. He knew what needed to be done, even towards the end, but sometimes he did not know how to get there. But I knew, deep down, if given enough time, he always would be able to. You hear Restless Wanderer speak up. I knew Shame of Justice. He will go and rest in the homeland of your ancestors, for that is what he is worth. A hero. Howls of Lightning gives a howl. I knew Shame of Justice. A keeper of the land, now that must be passed along. One who would tend to the pups for the few that are born, especially here, as there are so few generations, for they are fresh. He who overcame the sin of his parents who were driven out, he who knew when to speak to Thunderbird with honor and respect. You're starting to notice some of the others are starting to look at you, glancing back and forth. Stands like a cedar, steps forward. I knew Shame of Justice, and he made, though his birth was a shame, he never shamed the Sept past his original sin. He stood, was fair, was even, and made all challenges fair when others could not watch. He stood for the moots, and he listened to the spirits. And in some ways, in his heart, he was much like a Galliard, for he held the old tales in his heart to make sure that it was passed to the next generation. Song of the Mountain Wind gives a howl and says, I knew Shame of Justice. He was a friend. He did not let the circumstances of his birth define him, and in ways he defined the Sept and made sure that it was always safe, that he spoke to the lightning and he watched the thunder burst to scare away those who would defile the Holy Lands and the sacred places. Unmoving Night steps forward. A younger-looking Garu, to be sure. I knew Shame of Justice. While young and inexperienced, he took me into his pack, and he taught me the ways, and kept me safe. He blocked blows from great Banes with his own body to make sure that one who could carry the next generation forward would survive. And she gives a bit of a bow of her head.
I'll start howling.
Okay.
I know enough about Shame of Justice. I know that the reverence that he is receiving now from his brother and sister Garu gives testament to what I should know of what he was in life. He was a friend, he was a warrior, he was a guardian. He was Garu. He did well, and he will do well in the afterlife.
I will help then. I knew little of Shame of Justice, but he used the after effects of his sin to aid and keep the Sept safe.
I mean, I feel like we're supposed to, so...
Yeah.
I fought with Shame of Justice in his last moments. And though I did not know him well, I know that he fought gallantly and saved many Garu, both in that battle and those that would have survived in the Sept had he not succeeded.
I'll give a howl. I too fought with Shame of Justice, and what I saw was bravery and passion for destroying the worm wherever it breeds.
And you hear Bends the Night, wherever it dwells, as he gives a glance over to...
Wherever it dwells.
As he gives a glance over to Howls of Fear. And with that, all the Garu give a great mighty howl. And you see, as you see all the ravens' wings flatter up, and they descend upon Shame of Justice's body, as they start to feast on his flesh. And his body is stripped in moments. And with that, Bends the Night steps forward, along with Storms of Midnight, and they gather the bones, piece by piece, and they step back to the street, to this pool, and gaze in, and pass through, as the next two go, and so on. Just give your rolls for stepping sideways.
Take me in, Sam.
3.
Did 4.
3 successes.
Instantaneously, 30 seconds. As you all pass through, and you see the bones taken, you see that there's been a bit of a grave already dug up. As they place the bones down, they bury it, and then Bends the Night takes a stone and places it over the mound and steps away. Then Storms of Midnight takes another stone from the pile and places it there. As you notice, there are several of these very small piles here, maybe just a few generations. And the next goes, and as you all approach, you grab a stone and place it upon his grave. His spirit has passed, and he either will be born again, or he now rests with the ancestors now. And with that, many of the werewolves seem to depart. As you see an eagle flying overhead, as a dripping of dropping starts going down your shoulder.
Hey, we passed into the Umbra and came back. That bird shit's gone. It's not bound to me. I do not have to live with the shame.
Does that mean that passing into the Umbra is kind of like a sonic shower?
No. No. It's part of your filth. You just materialize and there's just some bird shit on your shoulder.
No!
This is the first time my character has ever seen this ritual. So it's kind of a little impactful for him because he really has felt that he has found his place amongst the Garu. So what he's going to do is switch into Krynos form, and probably, I would imagine maybe thirds might have candles on them.
Maybe. We can say you have candles.
Okay. And pretty much he wants to live up to his name and kind of guide the fallen, and he wants to spend some time near the grave.
Okay.
And meditate upon such things.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going back to my pack.
It's probably late, huh?
No. It's before noon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No candles then.
Yeah.
He's just gonna sit and meditate.
I thought it was the opposite.
No.
Me too.
No.
Yeah.
Rising.
Oh,
to
rising.
the top of the
So we went to
sun.
the Umbra when it was about 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you guys woke up at sunrise.
That was
Oh,
it.
that,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go have a talk with them.
You know where I'll be.
How's your rights stuff going?
Well, it hasn't begun yet.
Okay,
Of
cool.
course.
Because I maybe promised an earth spirit to help get rid of some people. I talked a big game.
Where?
You promised to be a hitman for an earth spirit?
No, not a hitman.
Sorry, hit woman. Gosh.
Maybe. Maybe a hit woman. So you know that earth spirit that was at the funeral? Yeah, when Bishop and I were going off to talk with old Hells with Lightning, that earth spirit just kind of appeared before us and was like, here's this quest. And the quest was...
Just gave you a quest?
In video game terms, yes. He gave me a quest. There's a hiking trail that is okay with him, sort of. But the hikers don't necessarily stick to the hiking trail. They like to make their own paths and stuff like that. And he doesn't like it. And he wants to scare them away. And he said that the Shadow Lords were taking too long, and I may have said that we were a pack of action, because we do things, but...
Sorry, my kids are back trying to listen to Movematic.
But when I was about to do it, I stopped myself, and didn't, because I didn't know what the repercussions were going to be.
I'm so proud of you for your growth.
But
I'll stand up. I'll stand up for my meditation and kind of address the group, picking up where the sentence. But that doesn't mean the quest has not been given.
Yeah, so we might have
and accepted.
Well, whether we accept it or not, I believe it's expected of us.
Yeah, because he
Kyle.
kind of came to us.
Kyle.
None of
Yeah.
us summoned it.
What is with this? Like, both of you are covered in bird shit. Kyle.
Also, it's predatory bird shit, so it smells just awful.
Take a small step back from.
Halzafir probably doesn't want to speak to me. Could you talk to him about this? And
Right, because the Earth Spirit did say the Shadow Lords had a plan, but they're moving too slow.
Yeah, I suppose I can.
yeah.
Why did you accept it before? This is in their sept. Like I don't know what happens when you even accept a quest from a spirit in someone else's sept. But
Well, it seems he wants it done by anyone from any sept, by any guard.
well, but that's not. It's not our place to encroach on another sept.
Yeah.
True.
Because, like, he asked, and I said that we're a pack of action, and then he dissed me
We're all
when
going.
I had second thoughts.
Well,
This is why I wanted to consult the Master of Rites first before we
Right.
did this.
And I figured, we have pack tactics for stuff.
Song of the Mountain is the Master of Rites.
False Savior.
No.
That's
Howls
Call
with
of
Lightning.
Howls with Lightning.
Lightning is the Master of Rites.
all right. Yeah.
Second
I
thought,
Which she's
maybe
still
we should
not
all
nearby.
go so
I would
that
like to
we
go
could
and speak
keep
with House of Lightning.
Okay.
B in check.
Hey, I was half
Well,
good.
it'll be much easier to keep her in check if she isn't there.
I
But-
think that she needs to own up to her responsibilities.
Meanwhile,
What she did.
as you get up,
Master of Rites,
yes.
I am Cleoth, guides the fallen. I am out from outside of your sept, but I've been welcomed and I thank you for that. But I have found myself in a bit of a quandary. Well, I was out with a fellow Garu.
Pillar of Questions.
We refer to her as B, but her Garu name is Pillar of Questions. And we were not confronted, but we were visited by an mountain spirit. One that has said that there is a quest in place to clear the unpure pathways that have been set upon him, and that he has asked of the Shadow Lords before, and it seems that he's reaching out to us. Now, I know it is not my rights, as I have no pack.
Earthen Pillar has no patience, despite his spiritual nature.
This is why I wished to consult to you before any action was taken.
Halzafir was right. Hominids do chatter. We do plan on solving the issue. I have consulted with Halzafir about Hamid ways, and he says that park rangers dig up and tear apart unofficial trails, is how he put it. We were going to get to that soon, but if that is something you wish to do, then I would say do it. Use your paws. Maybe do it in the night when the apes are not climbing the mountain. That would be the best way, as she looks over and sees the droppings.
Kind of seems to be an inside joke with the Sept. Well,
What is an inside joke?
sorry, something from my past. From my Hamid past.
You are still Hamid.
You kind of give up. Not like angry, just frustrated.
Did you you said you stepped into the Umbra.
That is correct, Master.
Did you look upon Thunderbird?
It was kind of hard not to.
He challenged you to climb the mountain then. That is why I saw his vision change. And he took it, your passing back into the physical world as an act of cowardice. Thunderbird despises cowardice. And he generally directs those to punish cowardice. Worse yet, he is tied strongly with the pure tribes, not the European ones. So he doubly dislikes you. I would suggest climbing the mountain without the trail as swiftly as possible, preferably without disturbing it, unless you wish to also anger Earthen Pillar, so that you can gaze upon Thunderbird in their domain.
I will take this quest upon myself then.
Lest his children continue to show you his disfavor.
I just look up and...
Meanwhile, back at the group.
So, now that... I mean, it's out of character knowledge, but now that Bishop has spoken with Howls with Lightning, is it worthwhile for us to, like, from a story perspective, to still speak with...
I mean, I would have at least...
Howls of Fear?
That's what your characters would do, right?
Okay.
Knowing this extra information, right?
And I was going to relay it back to
yeah, but
Pillar
you're still
questions.
talking right now.
Okay.
So you're still talking to Howls with
Okay.
Lightning at this very moment.
Okay, cool. Meanwhile, back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, after getting shit on twice, I do not follow you guys to speak with Howls of Fear. Instead, I will... I mean, I did want to speak with Howls with Lightning. Howls with Lightning.
Me too.
So you notice Bishop leaving a discussion with Howls with Lightning, and are you going to Howls of Fear with Kyle, since you'd given that suggestion?
I can go on my own. I mean,
Alright.
that was my...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
That was
don't.
originally what
The
I
only
thought
reason I was gonna go is to make her speak.
Right, but she's not going, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you kind of aren't on good terms with Howls of Fear, so...
Nope. So I'll go with B to House with Lightning.
So you see Howls with Lightning as you see him leaving the conversation with Howls with Lightning. As she looks over, I believe you can answer. She just leaves.
And I'm like, okay,
That's not what we're
Bishop.
here for.
Like, in midst changing from Krynos getting the shit off me into Hamid form, like, relay the information. Well,
Bird shit is liquid, man.
well,
You need water
Rubbing
for
it
that. Oh, I have an eternal water skin. I take off my jacket. Sit down.
So just for context's sake, what he sees is you can cover this, or you can talk about this.
You can
leaves, and you see V go, oh, and starts stripping in front of you.
Perfect.
like, if you had a coffee mug, it'd be... Go on. What are
Literally.
you doing?
See, I have this really cool water skin that like never runs out of water, and I noticed that you were trying to, clean yourself off.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I should clean myself off because I smell bad, and this is bad.
Could I use that when you're done?
Sure.
Actually, would I be able to use it when she's
She
done?
would have to pour it
Okay.
because she's the one attuned to the fetish.
That makes sense. Please help me out with this. This.
Yeah. So she walked away and said that you could tell us.
Oh, I have answers. I know why we're getting shit on.
While
why.
they're talking, I'm just gonna
Well,
turn around and try and follow Howls with Lightning.
Okay, as she turns. What do you wish?
I was wondering if you could teach me some rites. Or a rite. Single rite, if...
I have agreed to teach a rite to one of you, or, yes, as part of the Sept's agreement for your aid. What rituals are you capable of learning?
The ones that I was interested in were the Breath of Gaia, the Hunting Prayer, or the Rite of Talisman Dedication.
I see. I can teach you the rite of talisman dedication, if you so choose.
I would appreciate that.
You know much about rituals.
Do I?
You gave
I did.
names of
Oh,
rites
yeah.
for an Arun that is rare. Especially rare for one of your disposition.
Yeah, I would appreciate that, to learn that right. Thank you.
And she looks at you. Two-Hearts, yes?
Yes.
Why have you gained that name? That is an interesting name for a get. Did you tear 2 hearts from your opponent's chests?
I wish. When I was a pup, and still now, unfortunately, I have a hard time with conceding to who I am, one side or the other. It's frustrating. I don't know what else she wants me to say.
She keeps staring as if deep in thought before going, if your conviction is so weak, innocence will die and Gaia will burn. Perhaps at some point I can teach you the rite of renunciation.
What is that right?
You can cast away your tribe and pick one that better fits your disposition. She leaves.
Whoa.
So tired of this.
This is like Burn Central.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shadow Lords are
Shadow
dicks.
Yeah.
Well, these ones particularly, because they just have a bad time with the Get of Fenris continuously trying to invade their sept.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're all lupus born, so they're all, like,
Well, minus
We don't
one,
have-
right?
-1, who called humans apes.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm doubly the
So-
thing that they hate.
Yeah, so the lupus born just do not have time to mince words.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
they're just super straightforward.
Okay.
For better or worse.
Okay. I think I got
I've met people like that. I get it.
I think I know now how to address these people. That's why I was called the Chattering Ape. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So anyway, back to you guys talking.
So you relay all that information to me, and I'm like, okay, wash. And then I help you, and then I pull out the pocket mirror and I give it to you.
Let us go on our journey. We must climb the mountain.
Great.
3 successes.
Instantaneously shift.
I take the mirror. Well, I can't go.
You got 1 success.
But also a 1.
But so it can't.
Yeah, it was 9, 4, and 1. 4 is a
Oh, there you go. So,
okay.
So you got 1
Diff
success.
4 here, yeah. So 5 minutes. Yep. Okay.
While I'm waiting, I'll just change into Krynos form.
Okay. As you pass into the Umbra and you start heading towards the mountain, as you see the spirit once again flying over, its eyes radiating lightning towards you, as you see the lights and the flashes and the booms, as it gives out a mighty screech. Meanwhile, in the physical world, Kyle?
Okay, I'm going to approach Howls with Fear.
Howls of Fear.
Howls of Fear. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, I wrote it down right. I just said it wrong. Perfect. Howls of Fear. Have we been, like, super... have I even said his name yet? Probably not.
No.
Alright, well then I'll be all respectful and such, especially because maybe we fucked up. So, alright, Howls of Fear, Rhea?
Yes? What's your name?
I am Guards the Low.
Yes.
One of our pack went into the Umbra and ran into the spirit of the mountain.
There are several spirits of the mountain, but I think I know which one you speak of.
He had a do I know about the Winding Scar?
They didn't tell you. No.
Alright, well, he's the one that was present at Shame of Justice's funeral.
Yes. Earthen Pillar.
Earthen Pillar, then. Earthen Pillar asked of us to remove the extra paths going up the mountain, and my packmate agreed before we had spoken with you. I wanted to at least rectify that now, and of course...
Those are concerns more for the keeper of the land, Raven's Laughter, and with the Caller of the Wild, which is Howls with Lightning. My goals are to defend the Sept, and as long as you don't do something to make the humans bring anything down here to harm this Sept, to hurt our kinfolk, then what you do with the spiritual landscape falls under their purview, not mine.
Oh, very well. I thought to speak with you as the elder, but I understand now.
Howls with Lightning is also an elder.
Oh.
The elder of the Sept. There are 2 of us. We lead together.
Okay, well, very well. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. After that, I will just go to, I guess, Cora, relay that, and then find out that they spoke with, that it's already all been dealt with.
Okay.
As we climb up the mountain,
You two climb up the mountain as you see the Great Spirit.
I casually mention sideways, I thought he was warning us to not climb up the mountain.
If anything, it was more of a taunt to go ahead and climb the mountain.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try.
I believe this is a test. Like I said, this reminds me of a vision I had. And I relay the vision I had with the... dang it. I'm trying to remember. It was the vision of...
The Grandfather Lightning.
Grandfather Lightning, yep. And a crow. And... oh, shoot. I need to really start writing this stuff down.
Was it your vision with the eagle?
Yes, it was the vision with the eagle and the lightning and then a snake, I believe. Or... I can't rightly remember. I honestly can't remember correctly.
Snake.
No worries.
It was relevant to something that you got... I do remember...
Dragon?
I do remember in this session when the dream was described to us, the 4 of you reacted because it was
a green dragon.
It was a green dragon, Grandfather Lightning, and a hawk. And it's a hawk that keeps shitting on us. So
Well, it was an eagle in the vision, but yeah, as you see the great Thunderbird land, it caws at you as streams of lightning shoot around your face, missing you narrowly as your hair stands up and you feel static shooting through your body.
I think to myself, I bet I am an adorable puffball right now. Except for the parts without fur.
Wow, this truly must be a test. I say we continue.
No, you're up. It's looking at you. Thunderbird is there.
Okay.
That was his voice.
Oh, okay.
What did he say?
That was just him. You, basically.
Okay.
I sit.
I bow. I get into a prostrated position.
Nod my head, because I'm in lupus.
And I'm in Crino, so I get prostrated, so hands, knees.
You return, Wormbringers.
Wormbringers?
Yes. It's okay if your character doesn't know what that means.
Okay. I'll keep prostrated, and I will... who is the spirit again? The Raven Lightning?
This is Thunderbird.
This is Thunderbird.
Grandfather.
Okay.
No, Grandfather Thunder is a different spirit.
Okay.
Oh!
This is Thunderbird. That is his name.
Oh, Thunderbird.
Grandfather Thunder is his own spirit, who has his own spirits like Storm Ravens.
Okay.
Or Storm Crows.
So, maintaining my prostration. Great Thunderbird, you have taunted and called upon us. What is it that you ask of us?
Purify yourself with strength and ability. Pass into the physical world and climb this peak. Climb away from the path. Climb on hand and knee upon the long face with only your strength. Leave no marks, like the men who walk along the slope, killing the vegetation. Climb across the cliff faces, while saying prayers to Gaia, and giving prayer to the mistakes of your ancestors, who scourged the land of those who defended it.
So it shall be, great Thunderbird.
Prove this, and I will respect you enough to say that you can stay in this cairn.
Shall I have my pack climb as well?
They should, whether they choose to or not, or if they rise to the call, then they shall be equally respected as you. If they hide in the physical world and give nothing to the spiritual, especially to the totem of a Karen, then I will see them for the worm-comers they are.
Out of character, what does that mean?
You'll have to find out.
Okay.
I
You have been called that before, though.
kind of hold up a paw and offer a gnosis.
Show you aren't tainted first, and then I shall take it.
Will do, great Thunderbird.
It shall be done.
With that, he gives a mighty blow of his wings as you are knocked off the edge of the cliff
Oh,
and the mountain, as you are swept up by wind spirits and gently picked up at the last moment, because it just looks like you're about to fall
And die.
and grabbed.
Again.
We get down to the bottom.
Well,
We just got another spirit quest.
this
They're
one,
gonna be so pissed off at me.
this one seems way more important than Earth Pillars at the
Well-
moment.
Yeah,
I feel...
because it's a cairn instead of a mountain. I mean, mountains are pretty important too.
And there is a deep spiritual metaphor here as well. A great task has actually been placed upon us. So...
Yeah, but it's not a task to help Gaia. It's to try and rid ourselves of worm taint. But guess what? Worm taint is everywhere.
Well, like I said, there's a metaphor, there's a figurativeness to this. We are to climb the mountain, but we are not to carve a path as the humans, which tells me that we need to climb the mountain in lupus form. We need to climb the mountain as what we need to be.
Of course.
But unfortunately, you bring up your pack. Well, I am not of your pack, so this is somewhat of a personal quest for me, and I will be straight away towards it.
Alright, you do that.
So, as you guys start coming back to get these two,
Well, I come back.
yeah,
to
you
get
come back.
these
I
two.
assume you.
Well,
you're gonna go
we are
up
in
there.
the Umbra right now, so
Yeah.
I request of you your mirror, so I may pass into the physical and begin my journey.
Mirror.
Okay. 3 successes.
Instantaneously. As you get there, you take a deep breath.
Lupus form. I go off the beaten path And whatever, I'll climb the mountain with stipulations of whatever paths I see that feel like they're paths made by humans or any other animal. I will avoid those.
Okay.
So that I can just try to.
It's going to be right now. Initially, it's going to be simply stamina, athletics, diff 6. It will change depending on how high you go up the mountain.
Okay. Awesome. Difficulty 6.
This is going to represent about an hour.
Are you in lupus form?
I'm in lupus form. Oh, yeah. Difficulty 6, plus 2 stamina. Yep. Okay. Difficulty 6. 2 successes.
Alright, you getting up there? It takes about an hour. You get back to the Sept as you see the guy you'd seen before, the clear outsider. As he's talking, you see him talking to an owl spirit that doesn't seem to belong. It is yes and no, as he has the spirit land on his shoulder. Yes?
Hi! I'm Pillar of Questions.
Restless Wanderer.
Pleasure to meet you.
Of course. Oh, Athro Ragabosh of the Silent Striders.
Cleof Ragabosh of the Silent Striders.
So you're packless as well, then?
No, I have a pack.
Why didn't you not say their name?
I go into full former pack introductions.
Here, let me show you our Twitter page.
If only.
I see. Anyway, I simply was curious. That's all I know. We will be here for a few days.
You shall.
Only, yes. Well, it is 6 days till the moot. I don't wish to share the info. It's not pressing necessarily. I've already told the warder what he needs to know. He's forbade me from telling the Wormfoe until the moot.
Which moot?
The Karen's moot. It's a simple monthly moot.
Oh, okay.
They perform theirs every new moon.
Every new moon. Oh, that's awesome. I have a couple questions. This is my nature.
Yes.
I know that there will be a Silent Strider moot. Come March.
Was it March?
I'm pretty sure it was March. I have a Silent Strider moot. Sproul State Forest, Pennsylvania. Renovia March. Okay, whatever that means.
What about it?
Do you know more precisely when in March the moot will be?
Yes. We plan on the moot being the 15th, on the half moon.
Thank you for that information. And, I apologize for... I'm about to ask some personal questions, but I have been struggling to find my way within the Garu, and I don't know if my... How do I tame my Ragabashi?
There's nothing to tame. What you do is you ask the right questions. Like me. The Garu say that they must work as a pack. I do not work with a pack. It is not my way. That is why I have Owl here. He guides me. I have joined several temporary packs, but I have made family. I travel to many septs, and I use my questions to ask why they are separate and what they can do to come together. That is how I ask my questions, and why I am restless. When the Garu come together in a way that appeases me, then perhaps I will settle with a pack once and for all.
Then what is your desire for Garu to be?
For the Garu to see past their ancient grudges. It's something I agree with the children on.
I can agree on that. Though it seems many, even in this sept quite despise homage.
They don't despise hobbits. They don't understand them very often. That's why I've come. I've made friends with many of them. They don't mind that I'm hobbit. It's because I listened to them, and I came to them. And only when I have met them on their own grounds did I ask them the right questions. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't fucked it up in the past, and I have many scars to prove it.
Yeah, I have experience with that.
As he lifts up his shirt, that's from a red town.
Oh, ooh, yeah, almost got that several times.
You're going to fuck up. That's part of asking questions and getting it right. That's just how it is. And I mean that sincerely. Alright? Just think of it this way. You're luckier than most of us. You have a pack.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, I gotta go talk to Hells of Fear. We're coming up with something that we'll talk about during the moot. Anyway.
I hope to see you around.
I'll be here for a few days. I will guide your steps.
Yeah, I'll guide you. Restless wanderer, Rhea.
So formal. As he just walks away.
So is Rhea kind of like a formal prefix or something?
It's a formal prefix. It's
okay.
An old school formal prefix.
Okay.
Suffix.
Or
Suffix.
Yeah.
Suffix. Okay.
Yeah, suffix or
Yeah. Okay.
Title.
It's a title. Okay. A formal titling. Okay.
yeah. You can also there's insult ones too.
Ooh, I'd imagine so.
And B is fangirling. Just like... Yes.
And now
She's fangirling and is going to be traveling down with a big old smile on her face.
You arrive to your pack mates in the physical world. You notice B has a glow.
Hey guys!
You get pooped on by more birds?
As you say it.
Yes. Yes. I accepted another spirit quest, but this one's actually super important that we need to do in order for
Just tell us what we're supposed to do.
we need to climb the mountain in the physical and not leave any trace as humans. And when we get to the top of the mountain, the spirit of the cairn will kind of respect us. And everyone else will too, probably.
Oh. Okay. That's fine.
And then I also figure while we're climbing up the mountain, we can spot, paths that people have made to address later in the night. Kind of a
I
scout
suppose if that
recon
works out.
climbing. I almost fell to my death off the cliff, but the wind spirit saved me. Yeah, we should go.
Cora's in just a generally bad mood right now, so she...
This will, make you feel better. It's respect. It's respect.
You do love being respected.
You do.
That doesn't make me feel better right now. Just move.
So, as you all start heading towards the mountain, we will call it there for tonight. You three gain 1 honor for your speaking up at the funeral. Sig, you get 2.
Yeah.
Well,
He's not bear.
Yeah, he's not.
Congratulations.
He's not
He doesn't
bear
have the
yet.
same totem as you.
No. 2 honor?
Yep.
Temp honor?
2 temp honor.
That gives me 4 temp honor. Awesome.
Alright, and then 1 experience for everyone.
Yay!
And we're going to call it there. Thanks to everyone who listened. We will be out next week. And then we'll be back to keep this going. Hopefully Lexi will be able to join us. She is unfortunately trapped in one of the most worm-tainted of states, North Carolina. So,
Many ura.
till then, thanks for listening. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.